Here we want to look at two questions. The first one is for what numbers x in between 0 and 2 pi does sine x is 0. The second question is similar. For what numbers x is in between the same area or same range from 0 to 2 pi, does cosine x equals -1. So here is sine x is 0. Here is cosine x is -1. Here we have the picture for sine x, which is in red, and we have a picture for cosine x. So let's eliminate the noise at this moment just to look at y equals sine x. We see sine x starts with origin, goes to 1, 0, and then -1, and then 0. So here, if you have a sine x is 0, you have three possibilities. One is x choose 0. You have a sine 0 is 0. Sine pi, when x is pi, y is also 0. Since 0 and 2 pi is included, then when x equals 2 pi, you have a sine 2 pi is 0 as well. So in between 0 and 2 pi, 0 and 2 pi are included. You have three values for x, 0, pi, and 2 pi. You put any one out of with three values, 0, pi, 2 pi, you will get y value is 0. So here you may want to choose this one. Okay. Now, then we got to look at y equals cosine x. Now, cosine x is different. It starts with 1, 0, 1. You see this point? And then cosine 0 is actually 1. It's not 0. Okay. Then cosine pi over 2 is 0. Cosine pi is -1. And cosine 3 pi over 2 is 0. Then cosine 2 pi is 1. It finishes one period, and then goes the same way. So that's why the period for cosine and sine is 2 pi. Here, what value you put here, you get cosine, that value is -1. Clearly is this one. That's the only one. Cosine 0 is 1, is not -1. Only cosine pi is -1. Cosine 2 pi is +1. Okay. Cosine 3 pi over 2 is 0. So only the value cosine pi is -1. And here we ask what value you put here, you get cosine that value is -1. So it has to be pi here. You may want to choose this one. Okay? All right. I'll see you next time.